What is going on, guys? This is your boy TKD. Want to do your back here on Plays and Swords. This is, of course, Road to Forbidden West, the weekly podcast series dedicated to any and all things Horizon Forbidden West, from news, lore, reactions, and upon release, our review along with the spoiler cast to end the series. With me, of course, the Plat Champ, PS Trophy Room's other half, Joe, Mr. Babbitt Moran. How you doing, good sir?
Dude, I'm doing fantastic. We are less than 2 weeks away.
Okay, I think this link is wrong then. Wait, no.
Why?
Are we?
No,
It
2
says
weeks
15
as of
days.
Friday.
It says 15 days. Yeah, it should be like 13 days. What
Yeah, it
is
should
this?
be. We're like 13 days, yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I have this one's more accurate.
There you go.
Accurate right here. 12 days, 16 hours, 13 minutes, and 26 seconds.
Yep.
I'm gonna copy this link instead. The one I've been reading is fraudulent.
Yeah, how dare it.
Bro,
But dude,
we are. What's up?
We're in it. We're in it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, yo, I'm gonna take a blessing out of Yoye. Stinger here. It's that. Do you smell that?
Yeah.
It's that review season. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
It's the game season. We are very close to Horizon. It's getting scary. You know what I'm saying?
I know people who have played it or are playing it.
As do I.
And there's reason to be excited, boys and girls, and people of all ages.
I'm not saying I know anything, because when I know some of the homies are playing it, it's like I don't necessarily want to ask them anything, more just like a general vibe, right?
Oh, no,
I don't
I
want
wanna
to know
know.
any.
I want to know what I'm going into.
Yeah.
Not like I don't want spoilers. I'm just like, is this good? And they're just like, oh boy, let me tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm getting excited. Yeah, I still have a couple games to get through that I definitely want to see through before Horizon gets here, because I want to dedicate all my time to that. I'm very excited. I'm very, 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 very excited. For sure. Do you have a plan? Do you do you I don't even know. Do you stream?
No.
I don't or no. No? Okay.
I barely stream. I'm very fortunate when people jump in, because to me, I can't keep this energy for more than an hour and 35 minutes. That's just impossible for me.
See, Joe, you're very smart in that you're able to silo your time, right? And not want to make everything about content. Unlike your boy here, where we have the stream series where we Kev, why would you dedicate yourself to full playthroughs of games on stream? Why would you do that to yourself?
No, and that gives me anxiety, because it's not to me. I can't be fun for more than an hour, 35 minutes. But then also on top of that, it's well, what if I want to play when it's not on stream? I have to wait? No, I'm not into that.
Yeah, I do side stuff when I'm off stream for a stream series stuff.
Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
but
I'm going to accidentally do a main quest.
Exactly.
And then the side quests, this could have been content. I'm just it gets to me, so I just don't do it. So me, it's just it's just the Trophy Room of PlayStation podcast. That's it. That's all I do, and I make that my focus. I can't do.
Link below in the description, of course.
Yeah. Also, look at this shirt. I forgot that we don't do video on this podcast.
I need a cop some Trophy Room merch for real. I need to get some drip. I don't even have kind of funny merch. I don't know why when it comes to merch, I just don't do it.
Typically I don't too, but there is always a call for, hey, I want some Trophy Room swag, and so I if the people want it, they shall receive. People like to say banger on my show. I don't like to say it, but I'll make money off those fools, and I'll make a AAA banger shirt.
You're not wrong.
An awesome Dave will buy 8, and he thinks that he's proven me wrong. I'm like, no, you proved me right, Dave. Proving me right. Yeah.
Speaking of bangers, let's get to the banger housekeeping here. Catch us here on youtube.com PlayStation Source, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, etc. via the anchor link down below in the description. Like the video and rate the podcast. It really does help us get seen by more people, so we can grow the PSS family. Down below as well, let us know what you're liking about the show or disliking about the show, and connect with us further on Twitter and Discord in the description as well. If you're feeling generous, hit that join button, become a member of the channel with the $1 Prince tier like to be Musa, and our $5 King tier members just like Caleb Kaiser, Psycho Sean, the Arachnite, and the homie Owen as well. And like I said before, there's a stream series where I dedicate myself to full playthroughs because I'm an idiot. You can watch the whole full Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, a game for embargo came in hot this week, guys. Came in hot like a fucking meteor. All right,
yeah, that's right.
Like FF7 meteor style. Shout out to the 25th anniversary. You'll love to see it. But
yeah.
I have
it's
a lot
Sunday.
of energy
Well, this podcast comes out on Sunday, so we can say it openly.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah. Okay. So I can. I forgot. Yeah, the embargo's up and this goes up. You're absolutely right. I got Sifu, so I was like gonna start Frozen Wilds, and then I was gonna start it on Tuesday, and then Tuesday Sifu came in. I'm like, well, and the embargo's less than a week, so I'm like, you know what? All right, let's just take these next 5 days, play as much as I can, and we'll start Frozen Wilds for sure next week because Forbidden West comes out the week after. Oh my god, it's so close, so close.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're definitely gonna go through the Frozen Wilds DLC this week.
Nice.
Short one, should be easy to mop up.
Yeah.
Definitely review us on podcast services as well. And speaking of podcasts, if I may, Joe,
what's that?
I've been playing Kingdom Hearts, but I have not been able to explain why I'm playing Kingdom Hearts. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna first get that out the way, do the announcement here. If you guys have not seen it, you can check it out on Twitter and such. I am co-producing and editing and co-hosting, if you will, Unlocking Kingdom Hearts. It's a podcast with the one and only Cameron Hawkins of IGN Unlocked and a bunch of other stuff. Cool guy. He's a writer as well, obviously. Alexa Ray Correa, who is the narrative designer over at Sledgehammer Games, and the man, the myth, the legend, Jonathan Dornbush of IGN's podcast Beyond and PlayStation coverage as well. So we're all doing that. We're doing one game a month for the most part.
Nice.
Start Kingdom Hearts now if you want to follow along with us. Episode 0 is up on YouTube on Cameron's channel. I'll link it down below in the description, and it is up on podcast services as well: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, etc. So it's all up on there. And it's gonna be a year-long endeavor.
Nice.
We're going through each game, and we'll
you know what? Maybe
how it goes.
one episode you have me on so I could just say some slander.
Which game do you specifically want to be on?
Oh no, I love Kingdom Hearts too. Like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are legitimately great video games.
Yeah.
But then it just literally, I think what happened, I was like, oh man, Kingdom Hearts 2 is so good. And then I just carried on with my life. And then like, I was working at GameStop. I was like, why did they ever make a Kingdom Hearts 3? And then my buddy's like, dude, they have like 11 games in this series. What are you talking about? I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, there's a DS game, there's a PSP game, there's a Kingdom Hearts 2.5. It's like, what? What's going on here? And so from right off the bat, I was annoyed. I'm like, just stick to one story you're telling me. You're telling me there's someone named Aqua and I'm supposed to buy that? No.
She has the blue hair, right? I think she has the.
I think so.
I don't know. I watch a lot of my friends like stream Kingdom Hearts 3, like those that were like really happy about it and stuff like that. But I don't remember a lot of it. But I remember someone named
I straight up do not like 3.
Okay, you just fly. Just do not like 3.
No, it's like it's like they completely avoided that there was, a 10+ year gap in game design. And they're like, we're just going to make a PS2 game on PS4. I'm like, I don't know if that's a smart idea. Like, no, we're going to do it.
Oh, I see. Okay. I see.
But listen, you guys have fun. I don't want to be the uncle then.
Yeah, I'm still going in with the open mind. So I should also say this. The other 3 hosts are very much seasoned fans of Kingdom Hearts, right?
Yeah.
I'm the newcomer. I'm the flower of the group, right? I was the flower of the group with Metal Gear Solid last year.
And now I put the seed of doubt in your head.
Yeah. No, I'm going to take that seed, but
okay.
I can properly silo it into
all right, good.
I don't want it to mess up my thoughts in the game. Yeah. And I'll probably be playing Kingdom Hearts 3 like the end of this year, like November, I think. So it'll be a while from now.
All right.
Yeah. Definitely check out all those. And of course, check out, PS Trophy Room down below in the description. Their Twitter, Mr. Joe Bad Bits, Twitter and YouTube, of course, with the PS Trophy Room and Spotify link down below. Definitely, if you want to give the people the rundown on some giveaways that you're doing still?
Oh man, yeah, we are doing our Horizon Forbidden West giveaway. All you have to do is rate the show 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, and use your Twitter handle. If you can't, just tweet out the picture at us at PS Trophy Room or at Mr. Badbit, and you are entered to win. We are also doing an Elden Ring giveaway. If you rate the show 5 stars over on Spotify, and you again share a pic of your 5-star review over at PS Trophy Room or at Mr. Badbit, and you get entered to win. Hundreds of people are flooding my DMs. It's a lot. And so, honest to goodness, I'm not replying to anybody. I'm seeing them because I can't just open 100 plus DMs. That's Pandora's box of mistakes. I've learned. So,
I hear you.
Yeah, this week too, our biggest week ever. So, thank you all so much for tuning in and supporting the show. It's been a really busy, hectic, but rewarding week. So, thanks. And now, you know what? Listen, enough Kingdom Hearts, enough self-plugging of my show. Let's talk about the story of Horizon Zero Dawn, because it's been too long and I need to remember the greatness that is the story of this game.
Indeed. And I wanted to do this episode too, right? Just because like there's a lot of bad takes out there, right? Like there's a lot of bad takes, and there's a lot of takes of people saying that they call it, hey, Joe, on the streets, sometimes they call Horizon Zero Dawn Horizon Zero Yawn. And that, it's a boring slouch of a game, of a story. I'm like, you guys are tripping. But before we get to that, though,
who's saying that? Who's saying that?
We will get to there's some people on Twitter I saw this week. They're like, oh, Horizon Zero Dawn has like a really like lackluster story. There's no story in there, right? Yeah, I'm like, yo, what do you mean? I'm like, y'all were not paying attention, clearly.
No.
I did want to highlight one quick news story, the only one we got this week before we get to the story of the week. Did you see this challenges trailer?
Have you heard about this? Have you seen this?
Horizon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I remember the ones that like you had to like do really like specific encounters of like I don't know, like get the heart of a Thunderjaw in like under like 30 seconds. Not 30 seconds, or like minute 30 or whatever. But looks like those are back and they're more fleshed out. There's melee pits, hunting grounds, salvage contracts, and the all new arena as well, which I think arenas are going to be just arenas are just where you can like spawn in any of the machines and you can just fight them 1v1. Is that kind of how it goes?
Yeah, pretty much. Think of it like the arena in Attack of the Clones, but good.
The Battle of Geonosis or whatever, or I think maybe might be a more 1-to-1 is Ratchet and Clank, right?
Yes,
those arena things. Yes. Yeah, like it might be just like that.
Dude, I can't, like, I'm watching this right now as well, and I'm just in awe of how beautiful this world looks and how good Aloy looks. Like, the hair physics, man. I cannot get over. I'm just gushing over it, man. This game's going to be incredible. I really do.
For me,
there's a reason why I don't want God of War. If I could be truthful, why I don't want God of War to be out this year is that I really want Horizon Forbidden West to take all the trophies, man. All the plaques, all the medals. I can see that. Yeah, because I think it's probably like if it's GOTY, right? If it's either God of War or Horizon, I feel like God of War might be more likely to win GOTY. But man, this game looks incredible. I can't wait. 13 days, dude, 13 days. Dude, with me, it's just seeing I'm a sucker for like very punchy, vibrant colors. I'll even care if it's unrealistic. Like I just love vibrancy. I love like a saturated look, Yeah. And to have that punchiness in the desert setting where it's like this color in this very, you could say like flat, like aesthetic. It's like seeing those two clash is just so nice, man. Yeah. I'm so hyped for this game. Very, very excited. Very excited. Definitely go check out. Oh my gosh. Phone. Come on. Phone. What are we doing here? Amateur hour, Kev. It's amateur hour. Oh my gosh. Do you have an 8:30 alarm? Let me see this. Let me see that 8:30 alarm. No, I don't. Okay, that's the last alarm for today. Yeah. Do you also put like 7 alarm? Yeah. I do. And it's all to build up to the actual alarm too. 8 o'clock is the deadline. It's like if you're not up by 8 o'clock, Kev, you're really really bad. Yeah.
you're doing
I'll have
something.
one that starts at 6, 6:20,
Uh-huh.
6:30, 6:40, 6:57. God damn it. No, then I'll do like 6:55. I'm like, God damn it, Joe. Just your anxiety. That is the epitome of anxiety. Setting 7 alarms to wake up for 1 alarm.
Yeah, I just have a range of wake up time, and it's like, hey, if it's something that I know my work schedule for the day, it's not gonna be that bad. I'll push it to like 7:45. I'll push it a little bit if I don't have to do that much that day. But what we got to do today is go over the story of Horizon Zero Dawn, because I'm sick of these naysayers out here saying that there was no story in Horizon. It's irking me. All right.
Yeah.
Link below in the description to one particular video. I want to give a shout out to this one. Most of my notes here are pretty much from this video. This one I found was the best one. Horizon Zero Dawn in 5 minutes. Now this dude, Arekkz, AREKKZ Gaming.
Yep.
He compiled the main core storyline in under 5 minutes. Great video. I say go watch it definitely. But this doesn't cover things like the whole errand plot of his sister and all that. That is completely wiped away from this, right? So we can probably touch on that in the end if you want, but this is just the core like Aloy Sylens storyline here that we got going on. So, if you recall, in the beginning, right, of Horizon Zero Dawn, we have little baby Aloy. You know what I'm saying? This is not in the notes. I totally forgot that there was a scene where she's like an infant baby.
Yeah.
And she gets. I don't even remember that when I was playing just like a month ago.
Yeah. Given to Ross.
I don't think. I swear, I don't think the game started me there.
To become an outcast. Yeah.
I don't know if I like got wiped or I don't know if my memory got wiped. I don't know, but yeah, she gets delivered by the matriarch Teresa to Rost, and then Rost goes to name her and everything, and then the other matriarch's like, no, like she's an outcast, like rather you're an outcast, whatever. So yeah, all that, right? So they're both outcast, Rost and Aloy. Rost was chosen by the matriarchs to watch over Aloy essentially and like raise her. And they're constantly harassed or whatever, and then like constantly Aloy feels a sense of rejection throughout her whole like young life, that we'll see definitely bleed on in really great scenes in the game as well. There's animal like machines that roam the world, of course. No one really knows why they are there. They just are like, why does a giraffe exist in our world? We don't know, right? It's the same thing for them, but they're machines. Then Aloy goes down into the pits, as you recall, into a old world setting in the beginning of the game, finds a focus and gains the ability to access the technology around the world, giving her a lot of intel and stuff like that. There's that really cool scene, if you remember, in the beginning of the game where she saves that one guy by tracking the machine's routes and everything.
Yep.
She's like able to avoid that and everything. How do you feel about the intro to the game? Like overall, like that, like beginning bit.
I feel like everybody. I think there's an overcritical thought on this game in the beginning.
I think you're muted. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I don't know if it's me.
I think it may be you because my mic is on.
I swear I can't hear you.
You can't hear me at all.
I don't know.
Baba booey. Yeah, no.
I'm tripping.
I think you're tripping.
I don't want to stop the recording, to be honest.
No.
I don't.
But you can't hear me at all.
I can't hear you at all. I think you can hear me, right?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't have me
see
muted.
Your voice saying I can hear you.
Well, one sec. Let me get out of this call. Let me.
See, I wasn't touching anything either.
Hey, I'm back.
I still can't hear you.
What's going on? And
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's me.
One sec. No. Wait.
I'm checking my settings. All my settings look normal. I didn't touch anything, and I assume you didn't touch anything.
Huh.
That's definitely my assumption.
Let me see.
I do have audio coming in from Discord, so it's definitely all good there.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Okay, there we go.
You can?
Yes.
Okay. RTX Voice decided it was gonna just do whatever. This machine came to life and made some executive decisions on my behalf. So listen, I think the beginning of this game gets a bad rap for being too slow. Right? I feel like it's overly criticized. Is it? Sure. It is to an extent, but it's there to serve a broader purpose. And so to me, though the criticism still stays there, I don't think it goes on for that long. Like, people are like, oh, it's there for 3 hours. It's too slow. I'm like, no, like tops 40 minutes. I love this scene. Yeah, there's like, you gotta get a brief overview of Aloy's early life, and you not having really parents, you being adopted by Rost, and being an outcast because you're different from the rest of the kids and not really understanding why. There's kind of a beauty to that story and that childhood innocence of not knowing. I really dig. And at the same exact time, she's incredibly bright as well. Like, you see her, she's incredibly capable, incredibly smart, incredibly charming, but yet still outcast by everyone. And the one thing I like, I believe in like the early game where you're getting like bullied, you can like throw a rock at a kid, at one of the bullies, and hurt him. And I like that choice because though it doesn't impact much, it really impacts the way, or like story-wise, it really impacts the way that you're creating Aloy through your eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, like these early parts, I think, are crucial and are needed to make the overall game brilliant. And yeah, I liked the child Aloy stuff because it brings you perfectly into how to learn the mechanics, being completely vulnerable at the same time. So yeah, I dug the early part of this game, man. How about you?
Yeah, I'm a similar way, right? Where like I get like when you look at trailers and everything, and it's like, I mean, like what game starts out like right off the bat? Like that's pretty rare that happens. Like especially a live, not live, but like a open world RPG type of game and everything. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't think that the beginning is like that much of a slog. I get that it's a little bit, I guess, slow, but it pretty much picks up like from the proving and on. You're pretty much in there, and do actually, you know what? No, even before that, pretty much when you get to adult Aloy, and you start heading towards approving, that's really where the game picks up and everything. But again, like, I just feel like, if you take the time and like check out those logs in that first the old world area, like the logs and the voice acting in this game are fantastic. Like, there's some really good quality stuff in there.
And I think after the proving, that's where the game really takes off.
That's it. It's really after the proving, that's where the game is at. Yeah, really, like, at its core. And I was shocked even when I played it this year, like how quickly I got to the proving.
Yeah,
I thought the proving was like a few hours into the game.
No, it's only like 40-ish minutes in.
Yeah.
And so like that's why when people are like, it's 3 hours, I'm like, no, because the game is like 20-30 hours long. So like, no, it's not 3 hours in. This is no Days Gone situation. This is this game's a goddamn masterpiece, But
I like Days Gone. Yeah. I like Days Gone, but goddamn, that game does not end.
No. Doesn't know when. Just meanders.
Doesn't know when. So Aloy expresses frustration as a young girl to Ross about not knowing her heritage and all that. And then Ross says that she can get answers from the matriarchs, who, of course, sent Aloy to live with Ross and everything. But she must complete the proving, as we just talked about here, where the proving is essentially just like, it's a rite of passage for a young adult in this world.
Yes.
They're able to join the Nora tribe. Is that kind of what it is too?
Yep, yeah, pretty much.
And then the winner gets one question answered, or just whatever they want, like one thing. It could be anything, I think, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So she says, okay, all right, let's train and let's get to the proving. Let me win this thing, and I'll be able to figure out my heritage and who my family is. So cool montage, whatever. She's a young adult doing her thing. We fast forward to adult Aloy. She goes to check in the proving. This is not in the notes, but I do want to highlight that I love this section too, where Rost is like having a hard time trying to tell Aloy that, hey, like, you won't see me when you win this and you become a part of the Nora tribe. You will no longer be an outcast. I will still be an outcast, so you cannot talk to me. And then Aloy is like, hey, we'll go in secret. She goes even as far as like saying, like, you don't even have to talk to me. Just see me and I'll talk to you, so you're not breaking the rules. You know, like I love that. Like that shows like the lengths she's willing to go to keep a relationship with Rost. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she wants both, right? Like the classic like, you know, hero trope is like she wants both. She wants to be accepted, but she also wants, you know, she also wants Rost, man, because that's her father, for the most part. So like, yeah, she's torn at that, and that's why she has some self reservations about joining the tribe, because, well, if I join this tribe, then I'm already untrusted. Do I really want that? Maybe I want to be with my dad, Rost. You know?
Indeed. And then in the proving check-in area, we meet Aaron, main character, one of the main cast for sure. He's definitely in Forbidden West as well. He's a vanguard for the Karja, which a vanguard is just like a higher military authority, as well as a mysterious man named Olin, who also has a focus. We're gonna get to him later on.
Yes.
But this dude's a little sneaky. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So let's fast forward a little bit more. Aloy wins the proving, but the rest of her competitors are attacked by a mysterious cultist group who also have focuses as well. So this group attacks the proving after she wins. Ross comes to save the day, and then is tragically killed in the process by the leader of this group called Helis, who acts as the main like human antagonist in the game. There is another one, but they're pretty much kind of one and the same as well. And we learned that the cultist group is called the Eclipse as well. And I mean, I just want to give you time if you had anything to say here about this part.
This part hurt my soul when Ross dies.
Yes, sir.
They did a really good job of I wanted to kill the shit out of this guy. Though, you know, in the grand scheme of things, he's a typical video game bad guy. You see him once, you see him twice, maybe 3 times, and then you kill him. They do a great job of setting Ross up to be what you think is your person in the chair. But he ends up being your, you know, Uncle Ben. And so I really dug the direction here. Also, Aaron, real talk, I thought he was going to be like an enemy. I'm like, oh, he's hitting on me.
I can see that.
He's he's a little arrogant a bit. Yeah. I feel like I'm going to have to, you know, kill this guy.
I can definitely see that. Yeah. Well, he's a little menacing. I thought that one. Do you remember the one kid in the group that goes to the proving? Who's just an asshole to Aloy?
Yes.
Like a fucking asshole, bro.
Yes.
Asshole, bro. Did not like that dude right there. I forgot his name, but that dude.
I'm gonna put an arrow in this guy's chest too. Yeah.
Put an arrow to the knee to him. You know what I'm saying? Arrow to the knee.
Yeah.
But then in the process of what happens to Aloy? Does she fall? Oh yeah, she falls down a cliff again. A crazy high cliff. Somehow survives. You'll love to see it. She was saved by matriarch Teresa, and she takes Aloy and nurses her back to health in the All Mother Mountain, which is very sacred to the Nora. This is also where matriarch Teresa found Aloy as a young baby.
Yes.
Right. This is where she came into the world, in this All Mother Mountain. Right. So they're in the room where Aloy was discovered, and they are in front of what they call the worshipping altar, which is just a high-tech door from the old world, right? You'll come across a lot of these in the game. This is the first time you see it in the game as well. Aloy examines one of the fallen cultists' focuses to discover that she was their target because she resembles a woman that could potentially be her mother. So let's explain this a little bit. So the cultist group was targeting Elizabet Sobeck, right? And we figure out how they find her. They figure out how they find Elizabeth and like her existence later on in the story. But they think that Aloy is Elizabeth because they look exactly alike.
Yeah.
You know. So then this questions to Aloy, like, okay, who is this woman? Could this be my mother? Where is she? Right? As well as the door, like talks to Aloy because like she registers that. I mean, the door tech registers that she is of a DNA that's very yeah. But then it doesn't open for some reason. I forgot why it doesn't open the first time. I forgot. There's some reasoning, but
there's a MacGuffin.
I should know.
There's a MacGuffin that we get back to the door, and then it starts talking to us.
To jump forward to talk to you directly. Like I know it's because of some like code that Sylens helps her find in the. Yes. Yeah. I know it's because of that, and then she comes back and it opens, but I forgot exactly what that was. But not that important overall to the grand scheme of things. So Aloy decides, all right, let me track down that Olin dude that was looking at me all crazy before the proving.
Yeah.
Because he had a focus, right? So he decides. So she. Well, do we want to stop here? And do you have any thoughts about this section?
No. Keep going.
All right. So Aloy decides to track down Olin. When she does, Olin admits to helping the cultists and being a part of that group who attacked the proving, and reveals that they worship a deity called Hades. This is our other kind of main protagonist as well in this whole story. So Hades has given this cultist group the power to corrupt machines and essentially also raise machines from the dead as well. Or maybe kind of both. Aloy is then contacted by a man named Sylens. This is the first time we hear Sylens and everything, his smooth voice, via her focus, and offers her assistance and guidance throughout the entire story, and especially here at this point as well. He also reveals that he's been watching and listening to everything Aloy has done so far.
Oof.
Yeah. I'm like,
It's a little creepy.
Yeah.
But when it's Zavala, then you don't
definitely a little creepy, because then it's like, okay, like, was it from when she first got her focus? Because she's had it for like multiple years now as a child. Like
goo goo gaga. Yep. And from the get, I don't trust Sylens.
Me neither. No.
I'm like, there's something off about this guy.
Definitely.
There's something off, but continue.
Olin tells Aloy that he first saw Elizabet Sobeck at Maker's End, right? And that's how, so they see her in this facility, and then they're searching for her. They think her was Aloy, etc., right? So she makes her way to Maker's End. She's granted access to Maker's End via her genetic similarity to Elizabet Sobeck. And then we go in and we get some really cool back-end lore to this world.
Yeah.
Right? This is where the good stuff. This is why I don't understand why people say that this story's trash.
Yeah.
We learned that the mystery woman is Elizabet Sobeck, and the machines were initially made to work for humans during our time, and they consumed the planet's biological material, negating the need for them to be recharged. So they designed them to consume things that we consume, like food and everything, so that they don't have to necessarily be charged, which I think would more so be like an environmental way to go about. Yeah, which I guess that checks out, right?
Yeah.
I would be like, hey, maybe, I don't know, solar panels or something like that.
Right.
But I appreciate the ingenuity there for sure. Ted Faro, the head of the company that created the machines, I forgot if it's just called Faro or like another company name. I forgot.
No, just Faro, I think. But
yeah,
continue.
Faro, right? Yeah, he discovers a glitch with the machines that makes them consume humans as an energy source, thus beginning the end of the human race. So there's a glitch in the system with the fleet of machines that register that they can eat humans for energy as well, rather than just a biological material that are not humans. So that's how we figure out pretty much how we came to be, right? There was a mass extinction of these machines. You got any thoughts, my boy?
No, I love this part because you're in like the Colorado facility, and like you're learning this, and it's like, yeah, typical, Silicon Valley, man. They have this idea, it gets a little bit crazy and out of hand, and they don't want to intervene because they're getting money out of it, and so they think they could just skate on by. Yeah, and Sobeck is there, like warning them of like, no, this could lead to something awful. Like we should maybe stop this program. And he's just like, no, it's gonna be fine. Women, am I right, guys? You know, that type of shit.
For real. Yeah, for real. Definitely. Yeah, and this is like another example of like how good the audio logs in this game are. Like, it is so good in this game where like they did a really good job at it, you know.
Yeah.
I love it. So eventually, as the story progresses, so this is where we jump a little bit more because like it's more just like trying to get to these ends. We're gonna skip to the ends, but there's a lot of gameplay in the middle of this. There's a lot of stuff with Aaron and back at Meridian City with his sister and all that, and that whole plot and everything. But that's not really relevant to the main core story. So Aloy is eventually captured by Helis, but freed by Sylens, right? Little things like Helis destroys her first focus that she has, but then Sylens has a new one for her, and he miraculously was able to copy data from. Oh no! As he was observing Aloy her whole life, he's been making backups of that data.
Yes.
Which another thing, kind of weird. I'm just tossed out.
Very weird. Very weird. Again, can't trust this guy. And like Aloy knows, and I think the cool thing about their relationship is that I think they both view each other a bit as like an ends to a means. Absolutely. Or means to an end. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like there's just a mutual.
We have a similar goal.
There's a goal. Exactly. Yeah. There's a goal. Let's just do it. And yeah, so Aloy now has a new focus. She's ready to go. And yeah, this is where Sylens and her find some certain code to be able to access the worshipping altar back at All Mother Mountain, the door that she wasn't able to access in the beginning of the game.
Got the MacGuffin. Now we need to go back.
Yeah, this is where we get the real shit. So within the All Mother Mountain, we learn about Project Zero Dawn. We also learn before this there was a military effort called Victory Excellence, something like that, where that was the front of like the main plan for humanity, was a big military front to stop the machines, right? However, that was just a front for the real plan, which was to buy time to develop Project Zero Dawn, which was the real solution that Elizabeth had. So Project Zero Dawn was an initiative to create Gaia, an artificial mother nature, to restart the biosphere on Earth after the Far robots inevitably wipe out humanity. At this point, extinction of the human race was inevitable, so Elizabet Sobeck created the initiative to, in essence, reboot life on Earth. Terraforming and cloning were used to make this happen. This shit is so cool.
Yeah. This is where like we are now cooking with gas, dude. I remember again, like this is like in a mountainous facility, but like learning like, oh shit, there's a different feeling when it's like, no, we lost, but we can, but even through this loss, we can still persevere. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love the way they set this up where it's like, you know, when this game takes place, you are the outcome of Project Zero Dawn and learning of how this version of humanity came to be through the last generation of humans. Like I think that is such a cool, like, it's so good. It's so good like it's such good sci-fi that like doesn't involve space or aliens or it's a truly like earthly sci-fi story that like I fucking love. You know, I think it's so good. So it's so good.
I can't wait because once we get a little bit deeper, I can really gush. Go for it.
Okay, let's go. So Gaia had multiple subsections to control different specific aspects of rebooting life with Hades. Of rebooting life. There's a bunch of them. There's like ones that clean the atmosphere of Earth, clean the water of Earth.
And here's where I stop. Here's where I gush.
Okay,
this is what I really like about Gaia. So we find out into this lore that like there is Gaia, this overarching program, this artificial mother nature, but there are the subsections like Aether, who is like a god as well in Greek mythos, it detoxes the Earth's atmosphere. You got Apollo, right, who's the archival of human history, education of new generations of humans in the Zero Dawn Cradle facilities. You got like Artemis, you got Demeter. Like, it's using all these Greek gods, and each of them do something similar to what these gods did in their mythos. Like Poseidon,
Right.
is his whole his whole means is to detoxify the Earth's water, and Hades is the reversal of an unsuccessful terraforming attempts via the subtlety in creation of biospheres and sustaining life. Like, Hades was supposed to be, from what I understand, a bit of a counter. Like, Hades was made so that if things went wrong, Hades could erase the thing, right?
Yeah.
And so that the process can start again, or it's there to kind of be the check to the balance. And what's happened in the story is, and what we're gonna go through is, Hades thinks the whole system is flawed, ergo we need to wipe everything out.
Right. Yeah.
And so that is why, I'm sorry, continue.
Well, I was gonna like gush about Hades itself too, because like I love that like there are logs when you get to, I believe, Elizabet's office, right?
Yes.
Of conversations with Elizabeth trying to instill a bit of human emotion in Gaia. And you see like she felt that like Gaia can't just be a structural thing that looks at life 1 and 0. Like she has to have a gray area of view, and she has to feel certain things, right?
Yeah.
So like I love this audio log where like what was it? She was like, I think it was something like someday Elizabeth dying, I think was what they were talking about. And like Gaia was like, I don't know exactly how to like compute what I feel, but like I think I don't want that to happen. Like I don't think I would like for that to, I think I feel like guilt. And like we see Elizabeth that like she felt that it was very important for Gaia to feel and not just be some 1 and 0s. And they also fought back against like the concept of like, you know, should Hades even be a thing? Like Elizabeth didn't want Hades to be in this plan. Yeah, but then Gaia was like, well, what if I get it wrong? You know, I mean, I don't know. Like,
they're having really big philosophical philosophical questions here, and it makes for like, we're thinking like this is such a micro like issue over a whole macro, you know, issue here, right? Like it just makes us just one little domino in a bigger plan that could all go awry. And having Gaia and Sobeck build a relationship with each other that we are seeing in the eyes of Aloy, and asking those tough philosophical questions, like Gaia doesn't know the concept of death, and like Sobeck's like, no, this it happens, baby, you know, and we're gonna get a little deeper towards the end, because that's where it kind of makes me cry. But I love the relationship between Gaia and Sobeck.
It's fucking awesome, dude.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's great. It's so beautiful.
Because like Elizabeth talks about her life, and Gaia's like, would you ever want a child? And it's like, it just never happened.
Yeah.
And
about the end cutscene, right?
Yeah, I get emotional thinking about it. Let's continue.
That end cutscene's fucking amazing. So
it's beautiful, man.
As we're learning about all of Gaia's subsections, of course, one of them, of course, is Hades, being a function that if Gaia got the rebuilding of humanity and life wrong, would eradicate everything and start over, like we said before. Hades becomes self-aware of that notion.
Yeah.
Right? Hades becomes aware of, like, I'm only meant to wipe out everything if Gaia gets it wrong, right? Which causes Gaia to manually shut down to stop the Hades protocol from destroying life on Earth. Something in there caused, I'm trying to remember, like something about Hades becoming self-aware that makes him or her, Hades itself, like makes Hades start to break everything down, right? And so Gaia manually shuts down all the subsections. everything. Which I think at that point is when she, right here. However, Hades, so Gaia starts to shut everything down. Hades survives, and in an attempt to offer the world a new hope, Gaia creates Aloy using Elizabet Sobeck's DNA in the hopes that she could save the planet. So that is so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's kind of, this is where we get a little Jesus Christy, where it's like but to a point where like, because this is very much like, this is like the angel like going against God type of thing.
Exactly.
But I dig it here because I don't think that portion kind of gets used a lot in media. So like I'm still down on this. In fact, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
That Aloy is literally, I mean, if you want to get to the most simplistic terms, like a clone of Elizabeth.
No, I mean, in essence, that is exactly what she is.
Yeah.
In like a lot of ways. Yeah, like quite
and
literally.
Because like Gaia's like the only person that I know that can stop this is her.
Yeah. I love that Gaia's like, oh, there's some quotes in the game where like, she's like, no, you're gonna figure it out, Elizabeth. Like if I bring you back, like using your DNA, like you will find a way. Like I know you will.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, damn. And like Aloy's watching that clip, like as a grown adult, like fuck. Like this is what I was made. It's
really cool because it balances mythology and science so well. Right? Yep. Like to me as the optimistic atheist, I really take a look at this going, yeah, everybody's believing in sun gods or whatever, but like science, like overall, like what's happening is not the reason why there's like people's crops are dying and stuff isn't because like the sun god's upset. It's literally because there's science.
Yeah. Science, bitch.
You know? So like again, like Aloy has to kind of deal with, and the one really cool thing is like I have all this knowledge, but I can't just simply tell people that God doesn't exist or their God doesn't exist. And I have to kind of wean them into there's something larger than this out here, and you need to help me.
Yeah.
Dug
absolutely.
it. Dug it.
I love when after this scene, right, Aloy leaves the All Mother facility, right? And she's still in the room where like that's in front of the door. Everyone is there. And they're like, what did you hear? Like, what did you learn? Whatever. And then Aloy could just go off about, oh yeah, like we're all, from the birthing of an initiative to continue human life. Like she could break it down, but she knows that they wouldn't understand at all.
Or believe her.
Right? Yeah, or even believe her. So she like kind of like says the truth, but in their way of understanding of like, yeah, the God told me that, we're gonna stop, like I'm gonna stop Hades or whatever, right? And then they start bowing to her and praising her, and then she does not fucking like that. No. And I love that, because any other person could be like, all right, cool, like I'm now worshipped, like that's awesome. And she's like, no.
If anyone else, that ego would have got into their heads and go, yeah, exactly. I am a god, actually. Only person that can handle this. Forget the son of, I'm the daughter of, and
exactly. But she's like, no, like, and she says straight up, like, yo, like, y'all outcast me my entire life. In my entire life, I was outcasted, and now all of a sudden, I'm the bee's knees now. Like, no, she doesn't take that, and I love that she doesn't take that. She's like, no, like, get up, stop, like, don't worship me now. I love that. So then Gaia tells Aloy to go to Gaia Prime to access the Master Override to shut down Hades. So we have to go to, like, I think Gaia's true, like, location and where Gaia's actually at, to shut down Hades to get the Master Override. Sylens helps her with the data needed to destroy Hades. Wait, I forgot. I think, Sylens helps Aloy get the Master Override to destroy Hades, but then reveals that he was the original leader of the Eclipse, the group that attacked the Proving, the group that he leads now, and the group that did all this crazy stuff and is using Hades, all that. And he himself initially served Hades as well.
Yep.
To get knowledge from what he says, and such. And yeah, I appreciate Sylens here in this scene where he's just very honest.
Yeah.
At least I think he's being honest, and like he just like, hey, like, I learned a lot from Hades in my years of searching for who we are and where we come from and why things are the way they are and everything. And in this section, like you like really can see that like Sylens is like definitely like a curious person, and just seeks knowledge and everything. But yeah, I just.
But
really
there's
like
something with him still, man. Even with all
absolutely.
his honesty, there's like there's something more to this guy, which is like to talk about the conversation we had prior. If everybody was bowing to Sylens and not Aloy, he would use that.
Oh, 100%.
He is that type of guy. And that's why he must not be trusted still.
Yeah. And like, man, there are certain like angles where like he's like, oh, I hate that. Oh, you know what he says this from? So we learned that the Apollo subsection never truly gets enabled and finished, right?
Yeah.
And it was supposed to, so that the humans of this timeline, of like this time, would be able to learn from the past and be able to be a little bit more pushed forward and advance further, right?
Yeah.
But then there's some really cool stuff with Ted Faro, I believe, is the one that mainly stopped it, where Ted Faro was like, I don't want these new humans to make the same mistakes that we did. And is that word calling you again, yo? Oh man.
Oh, we're turning the phone off. We're turning the phone. I've had it
man.
With the
they called you twice on a weekend. I don't know.
Twice on a weekend. No.
I don't.
It's Saturday.
I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that. Yeah, but I love that Ted Faro like shuts down the Apollo program and like wipes it, because like he doesn't want them to make the same mistake that he did. And like have the same knowledge and information where like it's pretty likely that like they could make the same mistake that they did. And then Sylens views that as like, a man, like, I wish it happened, because you just locked out like a whole civilization of like information that could be so beneficial to us if we just used it in a different way, so I love that too about Sylens. But Aloy then upgrades her staff with the override to destroy Hades. Aloy goes to Hades, who is utilizing a broadcast system in Meridian City to broadcast a signal that makes the machines essentially corrupted that hear the signal, and it revives like a lot of Deathbringers that are undergrounds that have been just buried over years and years. And like it's very much like a zombie, like apocalypse type thing. Like it's a really cool type of premise for sure. A huge battle ensues at Meridian City. Aloy's friends help her. Aaron as well is in there, all that good stuff, and like all the friends that she made along the way help her with the final battle. They're able to stop Hades, and then we get to this cutscene, of course. Later on, Aloy is able to visit Elizabet's grave, which I love that. So, if I remember correctly, Elizabeth ends up here.
Yep.
Because they're at Gaia Prime and they're sealing off the last bits, right? But then there's a seal that is not fully airtight.
Yeah.
Right? So that not being airtight means that sounds can get through that, which means that machines can hear them. They'll come and they'll kill them. They'll come and they'll kill them, right? So Aloy sacrifices herself to make sure that seal is intact, so the people inside can finish the Apollo program and all that. And she seals her shut. She seals the Gaia Prime from the outside, and she stays outside, right? And then she goes to this gravesite, and this is where she dies. And Aloy's listening to like a conversation between her and Gaia. If you want to take it away, because I know you definitely want to go off on this one. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. There's a conversation at the end of this game. First off, it's an amazing conclusion battle.
So good.
Taking you through the whole entire map of Zero Dawn. And when you finally beat the game, you get this cutscene of Gaia going like, so if you had children, what would you want them to be? And like Sobeck's listing off like, I'd want to be adventurous, I wanted to be courageous, I'd wanted to be, I wanted to learn from my mistakes. And you just see Aloy.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm just like, fuck. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it.
No, it hits really bad. It
so it rises from like, I think like a flower or something to like Aloy, just running around being fucking awesome. And that is a scene where it's just like, oh, she unknowingly did all this for her daughter, for her future.
Yeah.
And Gaia, has a much more complicated relationship, or more in-depth relationship with Aloy, because, Gaia, again, loved Sobeck. So much so that, the only person that could fix this is her, so I'm kind of bringing her back with Aloy. And kind of seeing... It's kind of like the mother-daughter relationship between Gaia and Sobeck, and then the mother-daughter relationship sort of with Gaia and Aloy is kind of how I got it. And so they just, that story wrapped up so very well. And then the final cutscene, which you could take it. Oh, sorry. How did you feel about it?
I thought it was like such a great way to, like, okay, the cool, end boss fight with the Deathbringer, which I thought was kind of like, I wish that there was something. I almost wish that like that was the first time we fought a Deathbringer at the end of the game. It just feels kind of like underwhelming, like as a whole. But this is the real payoff right here, where like if you've been following the story, if you've been listening to everything, and if you've been paying attention, like this end cutscene of pretty much like Elizabeth describing Aloy in terms of like, if she would ever have a child, like who would she be? What would she be like she perfectly just embodies Aloy, and like it's so cool. Like it's a beautifully shot cutscene as well. It's gotta be in my probably my top. It's gotta be like a top 5 cutscene for me. Like just like a little side thing, like the cutscene in Uncharted 4 when Nate and Elena enter the dinner scene of all the pirates, right? And Nathan is like describing like what he thinks this dinner went down, and like, okay, like they were all poisoned, and he's like going on and on. And then I love when the camera just focuses on Elena and you see her just having these facial reactions where she starts to melt, and it's like, fuck, like this is who I married. Like this is Nathan Drake, like Nate's not the, late 30s, early 40s, like construction yard worker. He's not the deep sea, guy that just works for like an insurance company. Like that's not Nate. This is Nate right here in front of me, That's my favorite cutscene, but like this is right up there, I love the way this game ends for sure.
I'm watching it right now with the cutscenes of like, I just never had time. But like, if you had a child, Elizabeth, what would you have wished for her? I guess I would have wanted her to be, or him or her. She said, I guess I'd want her to be ... curious. And willful, unstoppable even. And with enough compassion to heal the world. I was like, fuck. Is it fuck me.
Enough
Isn't that what you want?
Enough
Isn't that you want
to heal
your child to be? Like, damn. And so it, like, you see, like in that line, it's so powerful because it was something that Sobeck wanted. She's like, I never had kids, I never had the time. And Gaia just literally asked, what would you want him or her to be? And Sobeck already knew what, like, you knew, like, this is not, she never had time for it. Though she never had time for it, she wanted it.
Yeah.
And that's the more beautiful thing of like, Gaia kind of gives Sobeck what she wanted. It's really,
that's beautiful. Another part of it too. Yeah, like like you gotta imagine that like Gaia was thinking about this conversation.
Yeah.
Right. When she brought Aloy into this world, you know.
Yep.
And then we get the real setup for Horizon Forbidden West, a little bit low key, a little post credit scene here.
Never trust this motherfucker. Never trusted this motherfucker.
Hades survives, right?
Yeah.
And then is trapped in this lantern thing by Sylens. And Sylens says that he has so much more to learn from Hades. And he wants to kind of restart the conversations that he said that they had about how much Hades taught Sylens about the old world and everything else. And so Sylens says, hey, you have a lot more to teach me. You know, we have a lot more to continue than the game ends. How is that Horizon Zero yawn? Someone tell me.
So someone tell me, because I don't
Please.
freaking know.
This story is fucking awesome, dude. I'm so sick of it.
Rad.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
I love this game so much. This story, and it's just this little wrap up made me remember why I love this so much. Yeah, Sylens is like that. That to me ends it in the part of like, oh, Sylens wants to be a god. That's his spiel. He truly thinks he's better than everyone, and that's his means to an end. And I guess we'll see in Horizon Forbidden West what that really entails.
We will. Oh my god. Damn, because it's almost like, so he has Hades now in this little lantern, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean that Hades doesn't have access to the technology that he used to be able to access, and now he has to kind of access that through Sylens himself? Like,
that's what I'm thinking. Like,
arbiter of the Hades. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
interesting.
Yeah. Now that he like Hades has to cooperate with Sylens.
Yeah.
You know. And so that gives Sylens just so much power. But like all things, I think Hades will find a way.
Interesting.
You know, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. But yeah, this story is incredible. Again, this is a reason why I love this game. This story is so great because it takes little nuances from stories past, sure, some biblical stuff of the past, but like also tosses those things around and plays with them in such unique ways that you know, I don't think we've seen all too much. So
I just love
perfect.
A way I coined it earlier is that like I love that this is a science fiction story, but it's a very earthly science fiction story. I feel like we never really get I mean, I can't even think of another IP that's like this.
There's no other post-apocalyptic thing like this, man.
Yeah.
It marries the two so well. And now I'm just 13 days.
13 days till we see what happens next. Holy shit, dude.
I want to know, though, everybody that's listening, what was your favorite part of the story? What did you think of this story overall? I want to know, personally. Because I think like this story is incredible. It's one of my favorites told this generation, for sure. For sure.
I mean, to just answer that, like, this game's gameplay when you're fighting a machine, when you're fighting a Therajaw is fucking awesome. Like that still is so much fun. But I loved this time around taking my time and going through and reading all these audio logs, hearing them and getting more of the context and like getting more of the different scientists like within the Apollo project and like how they felt about it, like when they were bringing in people to be a part of Project Zero Dawn and like them not understanding what they're really meant to do in terms of like, I'm just an artist at a museum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how could I possibly help this situation going on outside, like with the machines and everything? And then when it's revealed that like this is what they're doing, like they are laying down the legacy and like a bookmark for future humans to read. Like that's insane. Great game.
I love to see it. Great game.
Also, last thing I'll say about the story too is that like I love that Guerrilla had like the foresight to constantly, not constantly all the time, but like many times in the story of Horizon Zero Dawn, they bring up the Forbidden West. They talk about this region beyond. No one goes into the Forbidden West, and I love that they planted those seeds very, very early on in this IP.
Love it.
It's not Not Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay,
It's
change
not.
that Y to a D.
Yeah.
Change that Y to a D right now. Well, that's about it. Joe, I'll leave you at the floor with any last things you have to say in terms of the Horizon Zero Dawn story, and where can the people find you?
Now, man, go play this game. Again, let us know what you think. It's utterly incredible. I love it so much. You can find me over at The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast, where each and every Thursday, me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. This week, we talk about the Bungie acquisition. We talk about in depth, and a lot of people dug, man. Thank you all so much. We talk about how PlayStation's planning not 1, not 2, not 3, but 10 plus live service games by March 2026, and so much more. Again, this week was the largest week, most successful week in Trophy Room history, and it wouldn't be possible without your support. So thank you all so much. You can find me over at Mr. Badbit in the show at PS Trophy Room on Twitter.
Beautiful. I have this week's episode in the queue. It's
Nice.
definitely in the queue because I definitely want to hear your thoughts for sure.
Sweet.
Well, this has been episode 5 of Road to Forbidden West. Catch the show here on youtube.com/PlayStation Source, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, etc. via our anchor link down below in the description. Like the video and or rate the podcast. It really does help us get seen by more viewers so we can grow the PSS family. Down below as well, let us know what you like or dislike about the show, and connect with us further on Twitter and Discord in the description. Feeling generous, hit that join button, become a member of the channel. With the $1 Prince here, like to be with Musa, and our $5 King Tier members, just like Caleb Kaiser, SideQuest Sean, Iraq Knight, and the homie Owen as well. Check out the stream series throughout the week if you missed it. Horizon Zero Dawn, if you want to see this whole story, you can do so. You can watch the whole thing with my commentary and all that. As well as we will be doing the Frozen Wilds next week. We will be completing it. At least starting it. Maybe we'll beat it next week.
We will beat it. Maybe we'll start it.
Maybe we'll, and lead up very smoothly into Forbidden West. We'll see. I still gotta figure out, are you gonna watch the Uncharted movie first or play Horizon first?
Play Horizon. I don't think I'm gonna go to the Uncharted movie. Omicron's still out there, man. I'm scared of him.
It is. Yeah,
and I'm like, listen, yeah. I'm willing. Listen, I'm willing to get it for Spider-Man. I don't know if I'm willing to get it for this. Priorities.
I feel like I might. I feel like I still might go.
Yeah.
And
I
just don't know if I'm going opening night or Friday night. I gotta see, but I'm definitely gonna watch it just for the culture. Like I just gotta get my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
I gotta get my thoughts on it. But I hate that the same day as Horizon. I hate that. How can you do this to me?
It's okay.
Well. It is what it is. Thank you all for watching. And as always, greatness awaits.
Oh, greatness awaits.
I was about to stop recording. I'm like, you're just not going to say it. It's fine. It's fine.